God is calling you to focus on him right now. And you don't even know what that means, Keri. So I'm like, really, God? Like now? Can I wait till all this blows over? Because they're going to assume things. And then I went to the Bible.
I felt like sometimes I might have been ashamed to even ask for counsel or wisdom. Did you feel like in that particular moment that you felt like you were negotiating with God? Because again, I understood when you gave your particular reasoning, because sometimes God will close one door in order for multiple doors to open, but we just have to be willing to close that door in a sense. Did you feel like in that moment, you felt like, God, like, do I have to? Like, for real?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
you know, like,
yes, I did. Listen, and I said this in my video, and people might have, nobody really knows your situation, but just me having a space where I'm talking to other adults. Yeah, sometimes we were arguing and all of that stuff, but I'm talking to adults. I'm a stay-at-home homeschooling mom. My husband travels a lot. I'm in a different state than I was born and raised. So this space represented more than just, oh, I'm on YouTube. Like, it wasn't even about that for me. So there was community there. And then I'm getting my own little check, like my husband let me hold, he wasn't bothering me about it or anything. So I was feeling okay for a little, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was hard. It was I'm like, God, you sure this you? Are you sure you're telling me to do this? Because it was really tough. And I mean, I don't want to like regurgitate my video, but months prior to that, I was in the process of clearing things out. And I had decided that that particular opportunity was one that could stay on the plate. I'm like, clear everything else, keep this. But little did I know, maybe God, wanted me to move that off my plate earlier. I don't know, but it was tough. It was tough.
Yeah, it was tough.
And it happened at, we know what was happening around that time. And it was going on for so long. Like the YouTube world kept that topic going for so long. Because the reality is I didn't leave when it first happened. So this was just still in YouTube's universe. So I know what the timing looked like. I know what the optics looked like. So I'm like, really, God? Like now? Can I wait till all this blows over? Because they're going to assume things. And then I went to the Bible. And I think, what was it? Hebrews 12, 1-3. If Jesus, like, when is the timing right? You know what I'm saying? Like, when is it ideal for you to follow God in the public eye in some way, shape, or form? Like, nobody will really know the complete story for you. Nobody knows all of your communication with God. So to many, it will make sense, and to many, it won't. And you just gotta go. So I had to go.
I understand that. And I think that's probably one of the things that I feel like a lot of Christians deal with is we negotiate with God too much sometimes. Like we try to just be like, God, I don't know about this. And I do that. I'm guilty of that. And I'm glad that you brought up Hebrews chapter 12, and that's 1-2. And I'm going to read it. And it says, therefore, since we are also have such a large cloud of witness surrounding us, let us lay aside every hindrance and the sin that so easily ensnares us. Let us run with endurance the race that lies before us, keeping our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and the perfecter of our faith. For the joy that lay before him, he endured the cross, despising the shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. And I feel like people miss out on this part right here. Lay aside every hindrance. And I think that hindrance word stands out to me because I think we get in our own way, right?
For sure.
We get in our own way and we feel like the thing that we're trying to let go, or that God is telling us to let go, it's like, well, it's not sinful. Like, with God, why do I have to let it go? Sometimes we have to let go of good things in order for better things in this season of life that we're going into can blossom and can flourish. And it's right in front of us, but sometimes we miss it.
Yes.
Sometimes we miss it.
You hit the nail on. I'm so glad that you, because that's one of the words. Persevere. I mean, endurance was one, and then hindrance was another. Because to your point, that was my view. I'm like, other than me learning to go to sleep at a better time, this is fine for me. Like
Yes.
this, what's wrong with this? This is filling in a lot of the blanks for me over here. But you hit the nail right on the head. Hindrance does not mean that it's bad, it's negative. It just might mean it's not for now. It's not at this time. It's
Mhm.
not what I want you doing right now. So
How did you truly know that God was redirecting you into something else into this new season?
I guess I'm one of those people who just really tries to look for signs, yes, communication, but like simplified.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I feel like he was just kind of stirring me to focus on my family. Like situations would come up where it just seemed to put my focal point on my household, on my family.
Mhm.
And I could give like a bunch of examples, but that's kind of what it was. It was like making it more difficult for me to keep my commitment in other areas. It was kind of loading my plate more with stuff regarding my kids, things with my husband and his line of business was taking shape in a different kind of way, and I just was paying attention to those signs. So
Mhm.
that would be how I feel like he steered me, not stirred, steered me in a different direction. And you know what's funny is when I look back, sometimes I think we can overcomplicate the signs.
Right.
Sometimes I think we overlook them, um and they're kind of like right there before us. At least that
Mm.
was what I experienced. So,
Did you ever think about even in that particular moment? Because again, it's not just the moment for you, but for anybody. I would say even for myself, I've had doors closed on me. I've had opportunities, within this year or even last year where I thought I was like, God, I don't should I don't know what I should. And
mhm.
even in those particular moments, I felt like sometimes I might have been ashamed to even ask for counsel or wisdom. Were you ever at that moment where it's just like, listen, I need to get, wisdom from either from my husband or, from pastoral, kind of something to kind of, at least help me go down that particular path?
Yeah, so yes. And definitely I spoke to my husband about it numerous times
Hmm.
actually. Cuz again, at first it's like, should is this too much? Like, is this
Right.
because okay, so I'm mom, I'm wife, I'm, the woman, at least in this household, my husband is the head, but I'm like the keep it all together
Keep it all
emotionally,
together.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, we have a
Uh-huh.
strong role. So, right before I might be rushing and scattering people, or all right, here, everybody take your food, go to bed, or like, babe, can you do this? Or it's not always cool, calm, and collected right before I got on, record happened. So it started to kind of be where I didn't know if I was impacting my husband or not, because
Mhm.
he never complained or anything like that. But there would be a couple of times where I'm like, "Are you sure you're good with this? Like, I know this could be a lot not having me around
Yeah.
for these hours. Are you good?" And he's like, "I'm
Right.
good." So I'm just saying all that to say that every now and again we had small conversations, but when I finally decided, for a little bit, I was talking to him about it, and I considered going to my pastor about it. But when I was
Mhm.
going to the word, it felt like this was one of those situations where I'm supposed to just go on what I am sensing from the Holy Spirit, because I'm the type of
Mm.
person, I'm like over analytical. As decisive as I can be on some things, I'm very indecisive with decisions concerning myself sometimes.
Right.
So I normally would look for my husband, somebody I trust, to kind of like hear what I'm saying and convince me that I'm right, or give me
Yeah.
the other side, get all this input. But something about this particular situation felt like it was important for me to make the decision on my own. It seemed like that was a part of why it was happening the way it was happening. So, not in this particular situation was I really, really trying to seek counsel.
Mhm.
In fact, I told Anton, like, I sent him my initial message through text message because I was afraid that if I talked to him over the phone, I would convince myself that I wasn't really hearing, not him, because
Right.
Anton too listens for God. Like
Mhm.
in fact, he and his mom, like he prays for God's wisdom. Um, so I didn't think that he would like laugh at my reasoning or be like, "Oh, you're making it up." But I thought that by me even having to kind of like explain it out loud, I would convince myself that what are you doing? Like, why
Right.
are you doing
Yeah.
this? So it just seemed like this particular decision, Rod, was really for me to make, and it not even make to just this was about obedience. It
Mm.
was really about, and people might associate it with the show, like she had to
Right.
walk away from the show.
Mhm.
It could have been anything else on my plate that I wanted on my plate, that God
Mhm.
is like, I want your whole plate cleared. Like
Come
the
on.
show was just one component of my life that I was clearing. So I need that to be clear to people. It wasn't I got to get this show out of my life. It was
Yeah.
not, it was like God is calling you to focus on him right now. And you don't even know what that means, Keri. You have
Mm.
no clue what this means, but he is telling you to stop it all. And that's what I did.